ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुकारस्त्वन्धकारो वै त्वन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Now we will chant the Medha Dakshinamurti mantra 11 times. I will tell you the mantra if you don't know. ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ॐ नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। So today we begin the auspicious study of this profound Stotram, Dakshinamurti Stotram, by Adi Shankaracharya in this beautiful Chidbhavananda Ashramam at the feet of the Lord Adi Guru Prajna Dakshinamurti. Now, who is Dakshinamurti? We say Guru Bhagavan. Okay. And we know that Dakshinamurti is a special incarnation, avatara of Shiva Parameshwara. Now, Krishna has said in the Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So, whenever there is an imbalance, then there is a special form that incarnates for a special purpose. So, we know all the avatars we've heard Matsya, Kurma, Sri Rama, Krishna. All of them had to restore what is called Pravritti Dharma. How did they do that? By destruction of the Asuras and Rakshasas and protecting the Sadhujanas. And how did they do that? Swechaya, Swamayaya. That is by their own sankalpa. Unlike us jivas, who cannot choose to be born at a certain time and place and purpose, there is the force of prarabdha. But not so in the case of incarnations. There is a swamaya, one's own maya shakti and own sankalpa balam, that they take a special form. Now, Dakshinamurti is a very special form because this form does not incarnate to protect Pravritti Dharma. Now, first of all, what is Pravritti Dharma? Pravritti means activity. So, we know that the Vedas have a twofold dharma. The Purva Bhaga of the Vedas, called Karma Kanda, is all about Pravritti Dharma. How to perform the Nitya Naimittika karmas, how to avoid the Pratishiddha karmas, and if they do happen for some reason, then there are Prayashchitta karmas, then one must do the Panchamahayajnas. How to follow the Vedika Dharma is all about Pravritti in the Karma Kanda portion. But for Dakshinamurti, will reveal what is called Nivritti Dharma. Nivritti means withdrawal, being. So, who is Dakshinamurti? Dakshinamurti is a special form who reveals the nature of the Atma for seekers. And Dakshinamurti or the Guru Bhagavan is an embodiment of Brahma Vidya. We heard Swamiji said today that we are getting the gift of ourselves, and which is the Guru does. God of knowledge. Yes, God of the liberating knowledge. So, liberating us from all that we take ourselves to be. One's notions and conclusions, and to remove them and to reveal the Atma Tattvam. Who am I, really? So that is a special dharma, a special purpose of Dakshinamurti is to remove the root cause of samsara. What is the root cause? It is avidya, self-ignorance. So, removing the self-ignorance is to remove the root of the samsara vriksha, in which we are all caught. We are like the birds, jiva birds, perched on the samsara vriksha. We all know how beautifully it is described in chapter 15 of the Gita. Na adihi, na antaha, there is no end. So, how to get out of the samsara vriksha? And that is the special purpose and mission of Dakshinamurti. Now, there are various forms of Dakshinamurti. Here in this ashramam, it is called Prajna Dakshinamurti. Prajna means knowledge. Prakarshena Jnanam. A very well ultimate knowledge, which is referring to the Paravidya. Then we have Veena Dakshinamurti, about the arts and sciences. And then we have in US ashram, there is a Rishabha Dakshinamurti on a bull. And in Anekati, it is Medha Dakshinamurti, to do with the power of the mind. So, Dakshinamurti has this important role. Now, we also know this from the Navagrahas. You have seen the painting in the temple of the Navagrahas on the ceiling. Shukra, Shani, Rahu, and Surya, and all that. So, what are the Navagrahas? We know that the configuration of the Navagrahas are indicating the events and phases of the Jiva Yatra. So they are divided into dashas, So Puja Swamiji would say, unless you have Shani dosha or you're going through Rahu dasha, you cannot come to an ashram. You will not get Guru Prapti. So they say Shani planet and all is a malignant planet. But the planet has got nothing to do with our karmic occurrences, right? They are indicators. So a good astrologer can study our horoscope and he can see, oh, which is your Shani Dasha, where there will be challenging situations in life. But then Shukra Dasha can come in, then Guru Dasha can come in. So whether even the Guru Kripa is there or not, is it vitiated, is it exalted, a good astrologer can, predict all this. Yeah. Then what will he do? He will suggest pariharas. He will say, go to the nearest Dakshinamurthy temple, offer milk abhishekam, ghee valaka, and then do pradakshinams, chant the stotram. Yes, chant the stotram and the mantra. So all these are very powerful pariharas to invoke the grace of that Guru Bhagwan, Jupiter, we say Jupiter planet, which will neutralize the unfavorable events that may happen in our life. That is the power of the Guru. So every Thursday you see here, crowds of people come with their children and families. And we saw many parents with special children, they make them sit in the Guru Sanidhyam. That is the power and miracle that a Guru can do. Guru Kripa, if we have Shraddha, can, change and alleviate these unfavorable events. No? So it is not asking, like, we ask for so many things, no? Prayers and shreyas from Bhagavan. And we find that there are Devi temples, Balaji temples. No? Generally, it will be in the form of seeking relief from afflictions and seeking some positive results. Like in Hyderabad, we have a visa Bhagavan. Visa veno. Chilkur Balaji. Then Konde veno, idu veno, adu veno. We keep asking. So this is Pravritti Dharma. But Dakshinamurti is meant for Nivritti Dharma. No? Who am I? Please, O Lord, reveal to me my own nature. That alone will uproot the whole samsara vriksha in my life. So you see how important Dakshinamurti addresses the root cause. Whereas other pariharas will take care symptomatically. The symptoms will be addressed. But here, like Ayurveda, we are addressing the root cause. But now the problem is Dakshinamurti temples are quite rare. In the whole of Bharat, we will find Badri Narayana, Devi, Subramanyam, Ganesha, Shivan temple, all will be there. And sometimes on their Gopuram south facing, we will find Dakshinamurti. But, complete devoted shrine to Dakshinamurti is rare. And that is why Puja Swamiji chose Dakshinamurti as the chief presiding deity in all the Arsha Vidya Gurukulams. And like here, why? Because that ashram will provide short-term courses and long-term courses for conducting Prasthana Trayam study. Now, Prasthana means pursuit. Trayam is 3. So, traditionally, how do we get this knowledge? How do we get this Atmajnanam? By Prasthanam. And the 3-fold study is done. It's called the 3 express highways. So one is Bhagavad Gita with Shankara Bhashyam is one highway. Second is Upanishads, a few Upanishads. And the third is called Nyaya Shastras or Brahma Sutras. Now this stotram, Dakshinamurti stotram, is a very profound stotram. It is a prakarana. Now prakarana is a smaller text and which conveys the essence of Vedanta, essence of Upanishads in a very friendlier manner. And it will be easier to follow also. That is the idea here. And so this is the role of Dakshinamurti in our life. Yeah. Prajna means knowledge. Now, have those who studied Mundaka Upanishad, we know that Dve Vidye iti cha, Paracha, Aparacha. So there are two kinds of knowledge that one can seek. One is the worldly knowledge. Yeah. The worldly knowledge is relating to the world. No? How can I be settled? How can I learn this for a better living, for a better favorable situation? All that is Aparavidya. Then Paravidya is that by which one seeks freedom. Freedom from the samsara cycle itself. And that is what Dakshinamurti, Lord, reveals to us, gives us that Paravidya, the Atma Jnana. Knowledge could mean jnana. Yes. Prajna, Medha is intelligence. Yeah. Prajna means, is it the ability to demonstrate that intelligence? I will come to that. It will become more clear as we go. And I would encourage you to ask questions after the class because we are recording. Okay. Yeah. So we have all these courses to learn this Vedanta. Like, Swamiji also mentioned today, how there is Tattva Bodha, a basic primer, then Upanishads are advanced, and even Dakshinamurti Stotram, it is very beneficial to chant. But if we chant it with meaning, then the power is tenfold or hundredfold, So that is the profundity of this stotram. It is a masterpiece of Adi Shankaracharya and called as the doctorate program here. Now, there is a story, background story also about Dakshinamurti, and that is when Brahmadev wanted to start the Srishti cycle, from Brahmadev were born the four mind-born sons, the Sanat Kumaras. You may have heard. You would have seen the elderly sages at the base, surrounding Dakshinamurti. The Sanat Kumara, Sanandana, and Sanat Sujatiya, and Sanatana, all starting with Sana, four mind-born sons, no? But then they told their father, we are not interested in Pravritti Marga. So we want Nivritti only, we want Moksha. So they left home, left Brahmaloka and went in search of a guru. They went all the way, searched for many years, many yugas, and in the process they became old. Then they finally reached Mount Kailas and they did tapas there. And that is where Dakshinamurti incarnated at the base of this Vatavriksha, banyan tree, and then transmitted that knowledge. We will come to the Dhyana shlokas, which beautifully describe this. Now, what is the significance of the banyan tree? Samsara vriksha, Maya. So the whole Maya is in the form of the banyan tree, and the youthful Dakshinamurti stands for the ageless, timeless, birthless, deathless Tattva. And the sages, these four sages are the mumukshus who have the right, mature mumukshu. So that is the significance, and more of it will be there in the Dhyana shlokas. Now, we will see the meaning of the title, Dakshinamurti. See, especially in Telugu communities, this Murti is a very common surname. Krishnamurti, Ramamurti, like that many there. Murti means what? Image. Image, a form, Murti. And so it is for us to have the idea that we are all images of that imageless, formless Bhagavan. So now this title of the text, Dakshinamurti, is a compound. A compound means samasa. Okay? Now samasa can be split in various ways. Now one way is Dakshina Abhimukha Murtihi Yasya Saha. Sanskrit. Dakshina Abhimukha Murtihi Yasya Saha iti Dakshinamurtihi is one way to split the compound. What does that mean? Abhimukha means facing. Dakshina means south. So that Vigraha or Murti that is south facing is Dakshinamurti. Now, which is this direction? Anybody knows? I hope I'm facing south. Generally, on the Vyasapita, the Guru will face south. Now, what is the problem with the south? We all know very well. Nobody will face the south when they do namaskaras. So we don't keep our head in the north so that we get up and face the south. And nobody will do sadhanas facing the south. You know why? Because every direction is governed by a devata. And the south is governed by Yama Devata. And Yama stands for Kala, time. Is a Kala Devata. So the Kala shows that the time is Sarvabhakshakaha, is going to swallow everything. So whatever is subject to time is the matter principle, is the whole Jagat in fact. So the worldly existence, if you are living, then we are facing south.
You are facing south.
Good. So, yeah,
Exact south.
South.
Exact south.
Correct. Thank you. Let the teaching continue with no interruptions so that recording will be smooth. So the Guru faces south. You know why? Because the Guru is Yamanaka Yaman. The Guru is an embodiment of Brahma Vidya, the liberating knowledge, which is like Yama for Yama. Guru has no fear of Yama because the Guru is not identified with the perishable, time-bound matter principle. So the students facing the Guru will face North. And North stands for Moksha. North stands for freedom. And in our Bharat Desha, what is the North all about? Himalayas, Tapasvis, Jnanis, Ganga is all in the North. And when we take Sannyasa Diksha in Rishikesh, normally from Swamiji, then after the Diksha, the sannyasis have to go northwards, few steps. Then the Guru will call and say, no, you have to stay here and teach other students. So, you help remove the cause of their sufferings. So that is the significance of North. So when we seek the North means we are mumukshus. We are seeking that liberating knowledge. We are not seeking something to perpetuate within the samsara. Yeah, how to be a better, speaker, or how to be a better skilled in this or that. That will all be aparavidya. Definitely, aparavidya is necessary. Like language is aparavidya. Without English, we cannot understand. And without some computer knowledge, how can I, live stream? So aparavidya is a bridge, is a stepping stone, but it should bring us to paravidya. Paravidya is that seeking the north, seeking freedom, and that is the reason why we are here in this camp, in the ashram. You see the Ganga Devi originates from the north, Gomukh Glacier in the Himalayas, and proceeds southwards, southeastern, till she merges with Ganga Sagaram. But before that happens in Kashi, the Ganga turns northwards. Yeah, there's a curve there, and that is why Kashi is called Mokshapuri. That's considered very auspicious. So the message here is, may the seekers of moksha also turn northwards, that is, reverse the samsaric southward bound trend of the mind. That is the whole idea. And that is the meaning of the first meaning of this title, Dakshina Abhimukha Murtihi Yasya Saha. The form that faces south is Dakshinamurthy, so that we can face north, which is the direction of moksha and freedom. That is the first meaning. In fact, all our temples, except Sri Rangam, I think they don't face south. South is the direction controlled by Yama. Now, that does not mean that, we get obsessed by not facing south. Because Bhagavan is everywhere. Yeah, in all the directions. It's all pervading. Yeah. There's a symbolism here that south is, let us not be worldly minded, and attached to that which is subject to time and which Yama is anyway governing. So let me catch hold of the Guru and proceed northwards, in the direction of freedom. That is the first meaning. Now, the second meaning is Dakshin Amurtihi Saha. Yeah. Now that Amurtihi means formless. So Dakshinamurti is really referring to the formless Nirguna Parabrahma. And that Nirguna Parabrahma is what is a Dakshin. Now this Dakshin, here it does not mean south. Dakshin is the one who has Dakshata. Dakshata means skill, ability, samarthyam. So Dakshinamurti has what kind of samarthyam? Yes, to impart knowledge, to remove that root cause of suffering. But the samarthyam we can see in the world. Dakshinamurti as Shiva Parmeshwara is Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam. Endowed with Maya, Dakshinamurti is going through the cycles eternally. Manifestation, sustenance, and withdrawal. So that requires an amazing skill. And that is why Dakshinamurti is Dakshin and he is Amurti, the formless one. Now, so that was about the title, the formless, competent Dakshinamurti, Dakshin Amurtihi, that is Dakshinamurti, and other one is Dakshina Abhimukha Murtihi Yasya Saha, the south facing Ishvara. That is the two meanings. Now, let us come to the Dhyana Shlokas. Now, as you know, most of the Stotrams will have a Dhyana section. Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, Gita has a Dhyana Shlokas. Why? The Dhyana Shlokas are not even a part of the main Stotram. They were composed by some other author, but they are there for a specific reason, so that we can connect mentally to the Tattvam. We can connect to Krishna, Vyasacharya in the Gita Dhyana Shlokas, to Devi in that Dhyana Shlokas. So here we have 6 beautiful Dhyana Shlokas by which the whole symbolism of Dakshinamurti will be explained. So first we're going to chant the Dhyana Shlokas and you can all repeat after me. Okay? So they are there in the Xerox also. Starting with Mauna Vyakhya. मौनव्याख्या प्रकटित परब्रह्म तत्त्वय्यवानम् वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपम् स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे Together. मौनव्याख्या प्रकटित परब्रह्म तत्त्वय्यपानम् वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपम् स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णम् सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवम् जनन मरण दुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णम् सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखच्छेदलक्षं नमामि चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा
चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा
गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्न संशयाः
गुरोस्य मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्नसंशयाः
चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्न संशयाः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां
विनये सर्वविद्यानां विषये भवरोगिणां
गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये
ॐ नमः प्रणवाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये
निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये
निर्मलाय
प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
So these are the 6 Dhyana shlokas. We all are very familiar with the 6th one. It's a favorite shloka of Pujya Swamiji also. So one by one we will see the meaning. So now let us see the first Dhyana shloka of Dakshinamurti Stotram. मौन व्याख्या प्रकटित परब्रह्म तत्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसत् ऋषिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रम् आनन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिम् Ide. Okay, notice that verb is the very last word called Ide. It is a Atmanepadi dhatu for Sanskrit students. It means I worship. Ide. Then all the other words in the shloka are in the Dvitiya Vibhakti. That is, I worship whom? So Dakshinamurti, who is qualified by all the other words, whose meaning we are going to see now. Okay. So, Aham Ide, Dakshinamurtim Ide. That is, I worship Dakshinamurti, who is Mudita Vadanam, Swatma Ramam, Karakalita Chinmudram Anandarupam, Acharyendram, and so on. That is your basic sentence. So, first we'll take up the word, who is Dakshinamurti? Yuvanam. Yuvanam means youthful. Yeah. No gray hair, no wrinkles. So, which is referring to the ageless, timeless Atma Tattvam is what Dakshinamurti really is. That which is free from yama, free from time, is the meaning of Yuvanam, evergreen. Yuvanam Dakshinamurtim Aham Ide. Then, then who is Mudita Vadanam? Mudita Vadanam means ever cheerful. Ever cheerful. Why? Because Swatma Ramam is enjoying the Atma Anandam. When we talk of Anandam, general experiential Anandam, we have degrees of Ananda, coffee Ananda, which we are not enjoying in the ashram. No coffee. But we have malt Ananda, then nature Ananda, then Rasgulla Anandam, all this.
Peacock Ananda.
Peacock Anandam. But are these Anandam permanent? It is for few minutes, one sip. Yeah, it is momentary. It is agama payinaha, arrival and departing. Any ananda you take in our life, we were so happy with the birth of the first grandson. Joy, anandam. Tatkalika Anandam, graduated, got the first job, first paycheck, So these are all called Priya Moda, Pramoda Ananda, degrees, happy, joyful, ecstatic Anandam. But here, Yuvanam Dakshinamurtim is Mudita Vadanam. That Anandam is coming from inside, from the heart. It is Svatma Rama. Enjoying what? Atma Ananda. Yes. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha Gita. So it shows that the jnani is enjoying an ananda which is not dependent on a person, an event, a situation, a gain or a loss. Suppose you lose something that you don't like, there will be anandam, right? And suppose you gain what is intensely desired, there will be anandam. But again, the life will be all about gain and loss, gain and loss. But not so Svatma Ramananda. And that is why Mudita Vadanam Yuvanam Dakshinamurtim Aham Ide. I worship such a Dakshinamurti whose Anandam is unfading. It is Nityananda, Brahmananda. The Dakshinamurti Vigraha, we can see that, no? That hint of a smile. So jnanis will not laugh. There will be a smile of contentment, smile of being perfectly aligned with Ishvara's order. There is no resistance, there is no ifs and buts, questioning why me, why not me. When we ask these questions, then we lose that Ananda, right? So when we can just be, Ananda is here right now, 24/7. Huh?
Contented smile.
Yes, that is that smile of inner Ananda. And that Ananda will come only when we truly understand what life is all about, samsara vrikshaha, how to be free. And it is about detachment. This Nivritti Marga is all, the more we detach, the more that Ananda will manifest from within. Does not mean we do not enjoy the worldly Ananda, but we have to understand that the Ananda has a beginning and an end. But then if we get attached to the Ananda, we want to prolong the Ananda. And so when some misfortune comes, we are not ready to welcome it. Whereas our mantra should be Yadeva Bhavati Tadeva Mangalaya. Whatever happens, it is Mangala Swarupa. That is the attitude of a true jnani. So we have covered that last line now. Aham Ide, I worship Dakshinamurti, who is ever cheerful, Mudita Vadanam, and Swatma Ramam, enjoying the Atma Anandam. Then the first line. And this Yuvanam, this youthful Dakshinamurti, what is the Dakshinamurti doing? Nothing. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam. So, Dakshinamurti is revealing the Parabrahma Tattvam. How? By silence. Mauna Vyakhya. Vyakhya means expressing, yeah, the teaching. But the teaching is not expressed through words, but through silence. What comes to our mind? Ramana Maharishi. Ramana Maharishi was really believed in brevity, no? He is so anchored and centered in the Brahma Tattvam that all of the devotees who went to the Sanidhyam in Tiruvannamalai, their minds also got silenced. Their doubts disappeared. Their grief temporarily went away. And they were all enjoying that Atma Ananda. But when they left the ashram, then
Back again.
we come back. Maya will grip, So that is why in ashrams, like right now, are you all in Anandam? Paramanandam, good. See, there are no, without gadgets, how Anandam it is. Without checking notifications, Netflix, YouTube, TV serials, without responsibilities, duties, all the city life. And we're enjoying the pure Anandam. No air pollution, no noise pollution.
Cutting vegetables, sambar.
What to prepare for tiffin, lunch, dinner. None of these vrittis are there in the mind.
No mad crowd.
Yeah. So you see, when the mind, the waves in the mind are reduced, this Anandam will increase proportionally. That is why we must detox once or twice a year in such places. So that we detox at the physical, mental, emotional level. Emotional, very important. Now, it is said that when we come here, the people we left behind are more happy. And they will ask us when we return, when are you going again for camp? Because they want a break. We can be very domineering and do this, do that. Why did you not do this? And we are also happy for a break. No cooking and no purchasing groceries and this and that telephone. So we need this experience, But then again, only a mature mind who thinks like this will want to come for a retreat or a camp or even for a few days. But here, this young, youthful Dakshinamurthy is what? Doing prakatanam. Prakatanam means revealing. Revealing what? Brahma Tattvam. The knowledge. How? Through Maunam. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. Now, is it possible to teach somebody Brahma Vidya without speaking, without words? Not really. Right now, if I just sit quietly for 1 hour, will we understand Dakshinamurthy's Stotram? I have to speak, you have to listen. And you ask doubts, I will try to clarify. Right? So, speech communication is inevitable. Yeah. But we must not forget that who are sitting at the base of the banyan tree listening to Dakshinamurthy? Sanat Kumaras. Sanat Kumaras are the mind-born sons of Brahmadev and who are mature mumukshus. So this is like, the Guru's mind and the Shishya's mind are perfectly synced. Then it's like a Bluetooth transference. There's a possibility of instant download. That is one reason of Mauna Vyakhya can happen. Like Ramana Maharishi just has to have the sankalpa. May the Shishya gain the knowledge. May this clarity come. May these obstacles be removed. And that is why Swamiji said, we have to be amne samne. Guru Kataksham has to be in real time in a physical presence. This can happen. Yeah. So then one way how to gain the knowledge is when there is a perfect resonance, perfect resonance between the speaker and the listeners. Then the other meaning Swamiji also would give is Lakshana Vritti. That is, we don't take Maunam in the literal meaning here in this Dhyana Shloka. That is, the Guru will be silent. Silently, we will try to understand this Dakshinamurthy Stotram. No. Here, silence is referring to implied meaning, not the literal meaning. So, which means, see, Brahma Tattvam, can I say it is like this bottle of water. Can I say that? No. It's like the mic, it's like sunrise. No. That Brahma Tattvam cannot be explained in any words because it does not have guna, it does not have sambandha, jati, kriya, all that is absent. We want to identify any object in the world, we can identify it by, oh, he is a cook, by sambandha, by profession, or guna, oh, she sings so well, guna. Jati, oh, he is a driver, jati. So, jati, guna, sambandha, kriya, cooking, driving, but not so Brahma Tattvam. So, then what the teacher has to do is to give us the implied meaning, which we see in the Mahavakya Vichara. That is, when the teacher says, Neti, 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 the teacher will point out that you are not what you take yourself to be. You think you were born on a certain date and you are aging and you are this chartered accountant and then you have, this much bank balance. Is this your definition and understanding of yourself? Neti, Neti, Neti. So, by the process of negation, then what remains is the non-negatable Brahma Tattvam Satyam. That is the second meaning of Mauna Vyakhya. There's a beautiful story in Valmiki Ramayana where in the Vanavasa period, Rama and Sita are going through, villages and forests. They come to one village and Sita Devi is with the ladies, and Rama Lakshmana are outside by the well or somewhere. Then all the ladies are asking Sita, who is your husband, can you tell? And then they point out, is it that person there? And she says, no. That person says, no. Then they point to Sri Rama and she becomes silent. Mauna Vyakya. So the silence is the answer. It used to be the tradition that wives would not take the name of their husband. Not so anymore. But in those days, very shyly, she bent her head down and remained in silence. And they understood that Sri Rama is the consort. Yes. So that is the, second meaning. No? So Mauna Vyakhya, is all these meanings. Now, let's look at the second line. So Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam we have covered. Then Varshisthante Vasat Rishi Ganaihi Avritam Brahmanishtaihi. Now Avritam means surrounded. No? So we are Avritam by nature here, surrounded. So this Yuvanam, Dakshinamurthy figure at the base of the banyan tree is Avritam, surrounded by the Brahmanishta's mind-born sons. That is, so the second line is referring to who are the Shishyas? They are Varshisthante. Varshisthante means aged. They are elderly Rishis and they are Vasat. Vasat is they are there, present. Vasat Rishi Ganaihi Avritam. Gana means a host. So this group of the 4 mind-born sons, they are surrounding the Yuvanam on all sides of the Guru, that is the Yuva Dakshinamurthy. Then what else is a qualification for the Brahmanishta Yuvanam? Acharyendram. Dakshinamurthy is the Indra of all Acharyas. Now, Indra here is not the leader of Swarga, but Indra means foremost, the greatest. So, the greatest of all Acharya is Dakshinamurthy, because the Guru Murti will give us the liberating knowledge. And the Guru will show, take us to a point to reveal the oneness. So, the foremost among all the Acharyas. Acharyendram. Now, look at the next word. Karaka Lita Chinmudram Ananda Rupam. Kara means hand. Kara Kalita means the hand of Dakshinamurthy has assumed, Kalita what assumed? Chin Mudra. So this is the Chin Mudra. Now, we all know there are a lot of mudras, no? Mudra means there is a body language. Yeah. So, Mauna Vyakhya can happen through body language. You know, supposing I say Namaste. This is a body language which became very popular in the corona times, you know. That is Namaha Te. I salute you. So if I just do this, anyone will understand what it is, right? And if I say, don't do that, you know, then I say, now give a thumbs up, body language. Yeah, good, super. Yeah. And there is one such, do you know the meaning of this? This is the international sign language for help. Lot of viral videos nowadays help. So here the Yuvanam Dakshinamurthy is holding the Chin Mudra. And this Chin Mudra has the special significance, that is, yeah, Jnana Mudra. Now we all know the significance of the thumb. No? The thumb stands for Parameshwara. Parameshwara. And if you see, you know, the thumb is the most important part of the hand. Is it not? Imagine in Dubai and these Middle East countries, if somebody is caught stealing, they will chop off the thumb because then you are helpless. And remember the story of Ekalavya? As Guru Dakshina, Ekalavya had to give the thumb to Drona because Dronacharya wanted Arjuna to win. And out of Guru Bhakti, he gave it. Then he is not adept in archery anymore. So he will only excel, Arjuna. So the thumb stands for Parameshwara. And the index finger stands for the Jiva. Now, generally what happens, the index finger, that is the Jivatma, is connected with 3 other fingers. Yeah. And the 3 fingers stand for the matter principle. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, or Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. So the matter principle, or we can say Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Shariram, 3 bodies. In short, Maya. The 3 fingers will stand for Trigunatmika Maya, and index finger is the Jivatma. So generally, look at this, the thumb is separate and Jivatma is connected to the matter principle, to the world. No? But when the index finger joins Parameshwara away from matter, then we have the circle of Purnatvam. There's the whole. That is why Purnima is celebrated because we celebrate the fullness of this knowledge. No? Purnatvam is that Atmajnanam. Atmajnana means that which lacks nothing, which is not subject to time nor space. Generally we talk about the 3-4 limitations. See, all of us, we occupy a certain space, right? Then we have a nama name, a form is there, but we are conditioned because we are here in time, like we are here in Teni, but we are not elsewhere in Coimbatore or Hyderabad. That's called limitation of time. So, Desha Kala Vastu Parichinnatvam is there for a Jiva. But for Brahma Tattvam, limitless. There is no space, time, Vastu limitations. So that is signified by the circle, Purnatvam. When the Jiva bends, the ego bends, and then through the Mahavakya Vichara, discovers the identity with Parameshwara, and that is the fullness. Whole Stotram is about that only. It's a beautiful. Yeah. Chin Mudra is a very, very important mudra. So now can you understand Mauna Vyakhya? Dakshinamurthy is just doing this. And the sages who have mature, they are Uttama Adhikaris, mature minds, they have understood all this. So the frequency matching, some people, they may not understand once or twice, and some people understand right away. The only difference is in Adhikaritvam. So the mind-born sons have Uttama Adhikaritvam. So, how did they understand through silence? By this gesture, Chinmudra. Or it was telepathically, transmitted by the Acharya. You all know the story of Totakacharya also, no? How Totaka, the simple Shishya of Adi Shankaracharya, would always be doing seva with Guru Bhakti. Whereas the other, Hastamalakacharya and Sureshwaracharya, Padmapadacharya, they were all busy studying the bhashyams, and waiting for class. So one day they said, what are we waiting for, Guruji? Come on, you please start. No, Totaka is not here. And then they said, but does it make a difference, Guruji, even if he's here? He's not going to understand what you're going to teach. Then the Guru understood, that Ahankara is rising. And then mentally the Guru blesses Totaka, who is at a distance away by the river, washing clothes, and instant transformation. That is called the Sankalpa Shakti of the Guru. If the Guru wants, they can just change the mind, what you're doing, in order to bring you to this path. That is why sitting in the temple, doing some dhyanam, repeating mantra, very powerful. It can transform and change the track of our lives. Yeah? But one should be ready for it. So then Totakacharya felt instantly in the mind that the Guru is needing me. So he leaves the laundry and runs and then sees Adi Shankaracharya and composes the beautiful Totakashtakam in the Totaka meter. Vidita Khela Shastra Sudha Jalade Mahitopanishad Katita Athanide. And then there's a Sashtanga Pranamas. No? So all these are explanations for Mauna Vyakhya, Chinmudra, one can understand, or just by meditating in silence, one understands the Guru. There are some Shishyas who are so connected with the Guru that the Guru does not have to verbalize what he or she wants. They will understand, now the Guru needs a cup of water. Now, the Guru wants to do this. That kind of, this thing will be there, connection will be there. Wavelength matching will be there. Yeah. So that is all about the Guru Bhakti, how to connect to a Guru. Now, Ananda Rupam. So have you understood the whole first Dhyana Shloka? Aham Dakshinamurtim Ide. I worship the Lord Dakshinamurti, who is ever youthful, symbolizing the timeless Tattvam, Yuvanam, and who communicates by silence. And we saw 3 different meanings of silence: by Chinmudra, by implication, and by the thought transference. 3 ways, no? And such a Yuvanam Dakshinamurti is surrounded by the aged but very mature Uttamadhikari Rishiganas, host of rishis, no? And such a Guru is the foremost of Acharya, and who has the Chinmudra, and who is ever enjoying his own Anandam, Swatma Ramaha, and who is ever Mudita Vadana. Yeah, Kara means hand. Kalita means to assume. So the hand bears or assumes the mudra of Chinmudra. Chinmudra Ananda Rupam. Okay. Now let's go to the second Dhyana Shloka. It's chanted once. Vatavitapi samipe bhumi bhage nishannam sakala muni janana jnanadataramarat. Tribhuvana Gurumisham Dakshinamurti Devam Janana Marana Dukkha Cheda Daksham Namami. Together. Vatavitapi samipe bhumi bhage nishannam Sakala Muni Janana Jnanadataramarat Tribhuvana Gurumesham Dakshinamurti Devam Janana Marana Dukkacheda Daksham Namami Vatavitapi Samipe Bhumi Bhage Nishannam Sakala Muni Janana Jnanadataram Arat. Arat means in front of. Tribhuvana Gurum Isham Dakshina Murti Devam Janana Marana Dukkha Cheda Daksham Namami. Now this gives us the symbolism of the banyan tree and everything. So look at the last word, Namami. The first Dhyana Shloka we had Ide. Namami is, we all are familiar, I worship. Same meaning, I bow down or do namaskaras to all the other words which qualify Dakshinamurti. So I salute Dakshinamurti Devam, that Adi Guru Prajna Dakshinamurti, who is Tribhuvana Gurum Isham, who is the Lord of all the three worlds, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Tribhuva, entire Brahmanda. What is it based upon? That Paramatattvam. And whose embodiment is Dakshinamurti. So, Tribhuvana Gurumisham is Dakshinamurti, the timeless truth and substratum of the whole Brahmanda. And such a Dakshinamurti Devam Aham Namami. Now, where is Dakshinamurti seated? Like all of us in a Parnashala. We are all near the Vata Vriksha. So Vata Vitapi Samipe, near means in the proximity of a Vata Vita. Vita means many branches. Have you seen this Vata Vrikshas here? Yeah, one of them is planted by Pujya Swamiji, and over 20 years it has grown so big. And the secondary roots come down and again a branch comes up. So every one of them is like a pillar. So that is called a Vatavriksha, banyan tree. And Vatavitapi means multi-branched Vatavriksha, Samipe, in the proximity, where Bhumi Bhage, on the ground, at the base, is seated Dakshinamurti. Nishanna means seated. Seated at the Bhumi Bhaga base of this Vatavriksha. And Sakala Muni Jananam Jnana Dataram Arat. Arat means in front of. So Dakshinamurti is seated in front of the Sakala Munis. Munis are these 4 mind-born Sanat Kumaras. And Dakshinamurti is a Jnana Data, the bestower of knowledge. Jnana Dataram Arat. And Tribhuvana Gurumisham Dakshinamurti Devam. Then what else? Aham Namami. Dakshinamurti is Janana Marana Dukkha Cheda Daksham. See, this is called a typical samasa. Samasa means a compacted compound word, which we have to decode. And we'll decode from the right to the left. So, I salute, Aham Namami, the Daksham. Daksha means the one who is samatha, capable of dukkha cheda, who does chedanam, who pierces through the dukkham. What kind of dukkham? Janana Marana dukkham. Is the birth painful? Yes. Apparently, not only for the mother, for the child, it's a shock coming out into the world, lighted area, where it is nourishing and dark, of course, suffocating inside also. There is a Garbhopanishad, which describes the transit of the jiva to be born through that cord, and the baby, the fetus is praying, Narayana, once I am born, there's a chance I will forget you. You will put a shutter on my past lives. We don't remember, right, who we were. And so let that not happen. Let me reconnect and, come back to the track. Oh, Narayana, when the baby is praying, there is a Garbhopanishad. No? And it is squeezed in a way, Of course, it's comfortable with the mother's warmth and nourishment. All that is there. But still, It's going to be born, no? So Jananam. It knows it's going to be born into samsara. That's why Ramana Maharishi says we should not celebrate birthdays. You want to celebrate the birth into samsara year after year? You're aging. One more year gone from your lifespan. It's for children, to encourage children, we can have birthdays. Then Maranam, Marana Bhayam, universal fear. No? What will happen to me, to my children, to my parents after I am gone? Then when Antakala comes, same Acharya chants, बालस्तावत् क्रीडासक्तः तरुणस्तावत् तरुणीसक्तः वृद्धस्तावत् चिन्तासक्तः परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न सक्तः भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दम्. The shloka very famous of Bhaja Govindam says, as children we played with toys, Krida, we're busy with toys and distractions. Then as youths, we're busy parties and, Taruni, Tarunas, girlfriend, boyfriend. Then Vriddha Savat, Chinta Sakta. There is Chinta, worry. If we don't have money to pay off loans, there's worry. If there is money, we don't know how to spend it. Then how to invest. And then how to even, Omkar Nanda said, Kuduko manas varadu, spend pano manas varadu. It becomes a source of worry. What will I do with property, with assets, soft and hard assets? Chinta. Then, are we ready for the Antakala? So, Parame Brahmani Kopina Sakta. Who is devoted to that Paramatattvam? No? If we are not prepared to move towards it, then Antakala can be a source of great anxiety and fear. That is why one has a fear. No? Whereas Brahma Vidya says you are free right now. Claim it. No? So here, Janana Marana Dukkha Cheda Daksham Namami. I salute the one who is Samarthaha, capable in destroying the Dukkham. Now, is there Dukkham only at Jananam and Maranam? Not in between? So much Dukkham in between. Disease, Vyadhi, aging, inflation, losses. So many kinds. Corona will come. This, that. So many disappointments. We had so many desires. Many did not get fulfilled. Then regrets are there. Some got fulfilled temporarily. So this is the samsara chakra. And who is Daksha, capable of destroying all the dukkham? Dakshinamurthy. That is the meaning of the second dhyana shloka. Patavitapi samipe bhumi bhage nishannam sakala muni jananam jnanadataramarat tribhuvana gurumisham dakshinamurti devam janana marana dukkha cheda daksham namami. Compacted, compound word. Samasa is like, you have a Parnashala. This is a Parnashala, right? It's a compound. Because we have to understand it, it is a Shala, house, made of Parnam, leaves. So we have it in every language. Patashala, same thing. Granthalaya, library. That is a Alaya, repository of Granthas. Devalaya is a temple of Devatas. These are all simple compounds. Here you have more longer compounds. And we decode it from right to left. Okay. Now let's go to the simple third dhyana shloka. Chitram vatataror mule vriddha shishya gurur yuva gurostamaunam vyakhyanam shishyastu chinna samshayaha. Chitram vatataroho mule vriddhaha shishyaha guruhu yuva. Guroho tu maunam vyakhyanam shishyaha tu chinna samshayaha. Beautiful verse here. Chitram. Chitram means here Vichitram. Vichitram means what a wonder. Peculiar. Something strange is happening here. Chitram. What is that? Vatataru. Vatataru means banyan tree. Vatataroho is of. So at the moolam, at the base of this Vatataru banyan tree, there are these Vriddhaha Shishyaha, aged Shishyas. Yeah? But the Guru is Yuva. The teacher is youthful. And the students are aged. Now, do we see that in the world? No. Some of you are teachers, you have been teachers. Your students were always younger than you. Is it not? And we always learn from elders, our parents or uncles or role models. They're always elder. But no, there are two kinds of maturity. One is Vayovriddha. Vayovriddha means aged by age, wise by age because of experience. The others are Jnana Vriddha. That is, one can be older, considered older by the knowledge they have, the detachment and the maturity. Sometimes we see this in children, no? Very wise children will be there. They are called mature, jivas. So they are no doubt in a physical age which is less, but their minds are very advanced. No? Like in the Gita, Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapatyate. After many lives of perfection, life after life, we come to that point of mumukshitvam to receive the jnanam from such a guru. So even Ramana Maharishi, they're all born siddhas, Pujya Swamiji. So they have some balanced karma as a teacher to complete, and that's it. Jiva Yatra over. So here, these Shishyas, they are all mumukshus, no doubt, they're mind-born sons of Brahma, but they are aged, and Dakshinamurthy is young. Is it not Vichitram? Chitram Vatadaroho Mule Vritha Shishya Guru Yuva. And then second wonder, one more wonder is there. Guroho tu Maunam Vyakhyanam. The Guru is teaching by silence, and the doubts are getting dispelled. Shishyaha are Chinna Samshayaha. That is, Shishyas, the mind-born sons, the Sanat Kumaras, all their doubts are being dispelled. Okay? Are being cut. This is the wonder of the second one. Okay? Chitram Vadataror Mule Vriddha Shishya Guru Yuva Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samshayaha. Cut. Yeah. So Chinna Samshayaha means it's referring to the Shishyas. The Shishyas are those who Samshaya, doubts, have been cut. So they are also sitting in silence, but their doubts are dispelled, and the teacher is communicating in silence. Is it not a wonder, Chitram? No? So Swamiji, Puja Swamiji would say, let us not take the literal meaning of all this, we have to understand what Maunam really means. Maunam is that advanced state, or by Chin Mudra, or by implication. I explain implication of Neti Neti. By the prakriyas, that is also kind of Mauna Vyakhya, because you're not directly pointing to Brahma Tattvam. You cannot. Yeah? You can only arrive at the truth by negation. No? That is what we are doing in other texts. Panchakosha Vivekaha, Neti Neti Prakriyaha, Avasthatraya Sakshi. Find out that invariable constant that is ever present, which is Nityam. And notice what is coming and going. Now, how can you be this changing body? How can you even be the changing mind? Then who am I? That is the kind of understanding the Shastras take us to. They drive us to the point where you cannot but recognize the Nitya Atma Tattvam. Okay. Next shloka. Nidhaye sarva vidyanam Vishaje bhavarogina Gurave sarvalokanam Dakshinamurtaye namaha. Again, namaha. Namaha is such a beautiful word. No? short for Namaste. Now, Namaha actually means na mama, na me iti, which means not me, not mine. Now, can we call anyone ours? Yes, my son, my daughter, my car, my home, my role as a teacher or a nurse, yeah, my books, my room number 111. Right? So the mamatvam is there, because it is centered on the sthula sharira. But here the word namaha means I negate it cognitively, that nothing really belongs to me, not even this body. If the body belonged to me, then would I not be able to, do something about it? I would be able to prevent the wrinkles or the gray hair or the aging. But nature takes, toll. It is subject to wear and tear. So the law of nature is by Ishvaraha. So I do not control anything in life. What will go away will go away. And what is to come to me will come to me by the law of karma. Then what can I call my own? And hence I do Namaha. Namaha is you, Ishvara. It is all belongs to you. Right? It all belongs to you. And so my children, I see them as trustees. I see myself as a trustee. I possess a few things, but I can never own anything in life. So that is the beauty of that word Namaha. Name, Namama. In every Vedic ritual, you would see this at the end, they say Namama, 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 Indraya Swaha, Namama. It does not belong to anymore once you have offered. No? That is the Samarpanam here talked about. So Namaha, I salute. In fact, it is salutations, Namaha. Salutations to Chaturthi Vibhakti. Fourth case, Dakshinamurtaye, Namaha. Unto Dakshinamurti, who is Sarva Lokanam Guruhu. No, same earlier meaning. Also we saw Tribhuvana Guru Isham, who is the Lord of all the lokas, and who is Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam, who is the source, Nidhi. Nidhi means a treasure house or repository. Who is the source of all the Vidyas, Apara and Para. Worldly knowledge is also divine, and the ultimate liberating knowledge is also divine. That is why in our culture, we do not step on books, no? And we have all this, all these festivals centered on knowledge, Vijayadashmi. Yeah, for us, nothing is secular. Everything is divine, Saraswati, no? So when we buy a new vehicle, we do puja. And when we buy a gas stove, anything we honor the divine, through that pursuit of knowledge or a job or an acquisition, anything, everything is divine. So you, Dakshinamurti, Shiva Parameshwara, are the Nidhi of Sarva Vidyanam, from whom all the Vidya comes. No? All that I can understand through my Medha Shakti. Who has given me the power to understand, to create something, to gain knowledge? It is you. So Nidhihi Sarva Vidyanam. You are the source, the treasure house of all the jnanams. Then Vishaje Bhava Rogina. Bishak means doctor, referring to Dr. Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti is the ultimate doctor. No? For Bhava, for which kind of roga? Bhava roga. Samsarik dukkham. Correct. No? Bhava roga is bhavati iti bhavaha. Bhava means this constant sense of being limited. Why am I not at peace? I want to be where she is. I want what he has. I want to become like her, like him. Bhavati iti bhavaha. So that is a roga. And so the mind is constantly restless and anxiety because there's a tambura tune there. I want. Yes. I want to achieve something and I want more. what is that advertisement? Man mange, dil mange more. We are not satisfied and we think I'll be better off if I have that. If I go and settle in the US, like that. They want to come to Bharat, and now, of course, the doors are all locked. Thanks to Trump. So, Bhavarogina Vishache, Dakshinamurthy, I want you, is the prayer of a mumukshu. Yeah. So, you are that ultimate peace, and you are the storehouse of all knowledge. I know what's to come to me will come no matter what. And what is going away, happily I let go. There's that shloka, na agate swagatam gachantam na nivarayet. What comes, welcome it. What goes, don't cling to it and want it back or to prolong it. So that is the aushadam is jnanam that this Dr. Dakshinamurthy gives us. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विशजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Now we go to the next one. ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. I remember this shloka is very famous because many artists chant this before their concerts. No? MS Amma has chanted this. No? Do you know the tune, anybody? Om शुद्धज्ञानेकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Yes. Many people, Bombay sisters, Priya sisters, they will choose the shloka to connect with the divine before offering their concerts. Now, this means Om Namaha. Again, the same word Namaha means salutations. Salutations to Chaturthi Vibhakti words. Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnana Ekamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. So I salute Dakshinamurti, who is all this, who is Prashantaya, Prashanta Chitta. Prashanta is tranquil, ever tranquil. Because the mind is so at ease, transparent, and because it is nirmala. Mala means impurity. Impurity. So what are the impurities of the mind? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsuri. In short, Raga, Dvesha. And Raga, Dvesha in short is Kama. So we'll be just sitting quietly and suddenly a memory will come up. He should not have said this to me 10 years ago. God, where is the peace? No? Or we are thinking 10 years from now, where am I likely to be? Anxiety. So the mind is filled with all these disappointment, regrets, or anxiety, fear. But Dakshinamurti is Nirmala, free from the mental turbulence, and hence Prashanta. Prashanta Chittam. And surrender, basically. Namaha is the word symbolizes surrender. Then what else? Dakshinamurti is the essence of Pranava. Pranava is Omkara. Another word for Omkara. Now, Om. Om is the shortest, most powerful mantra because there is a monosyllable. Akara, Ukara, Makara. Now, in Kathopanishad and Mandukya Upanishad, there's a whole elaborate explanation of Om. How this Om covers the entire Brahmanda and beyond. It's a Saguna and Nirguna. Everything covers it. How? Because Akara stands for, right now, the waking world and all the jivas. Then Ukara is the subtle states of dream and the dreamers in any loka. Then Makara is all of us in the causal Sharirams. Yeah, as Ishvara. So the Om covers everything. When we chant Om, Om. Can you see the trailing silence in between two Oms? That is Nirguna Parabrahma Tattva. Formless, timeless, ageless. So you see the Om, Akara, Ukara, Makara covers the three avasthas, and the trailing silence is the Nirguna. So Om covers the entire range, Saguna, Nirguna, everything. And that is who you are. Om, another word for Om is Pranava. So Pranavarthaya Namaha. And Shuddha Jnana Eka Murtaye. So you are Eka Murti. Eka Murti means you are the one without a second. Yeah, Advitiya.
One and only.
One and only. Yeah. And that can only be pure consciousness. See, right now we are about 12, 13 people. Yeah? Jivatmas are many because Upadhi both हैं. But Atma
Only one.
एक, Ekamurti. So that is the unto you Ekamurti Namaha and Shuddha Jnanam. No, you are the Jnanam that is pure. That is pure and untainted and unaffected. Okay. So the last Dhyana Shloka we'll do in the next session. And now let us conclude with the Swasti mantras. You should have them in the rocks at the end. Om स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ